Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Tiffany.
And this is Sam.
What did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Okay, I first went to the movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. Very Marvel, but not my favorite Marvel movie, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about this Spider-Man, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so I shouldn't...
Do you recommend this movie to me?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I think the new Spider-Man is quite fresh, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we hope that you guys had a really interesting week. Today, we're going to look at our translation article. So we're going to help you translate these sentences from Chinese to English and teach you some new ways to also say different things. So shall we take a look at our article?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, Sam, what is our sentence for today?
OK, 今天呢，我们看到第一句要翻译的句子了。尽管莱恩 Ryan 了解垃圾食物的负面影响，他却倾向吃垃圾食物而不是健康的食物。
Okay, so in English, we can actually translate this sentence to, even though Ryan understands the negative effects of junk food, he tends to eat it instead of healthy food. So let's first take a look at why we use these words. So first off, we can start this sentence using even though. Now, even though can mean although or despite the fact that. So for example, we can say, even though I had a lot of homework this weekend, I got to watch a movie with my friends.
OK， 首先呢，我们看一下这个句子呢，它是在陈述一件现在的事情。我们在讲莱恩喜欢吃负面垃圾食物的这个倾向，所以呢，我们这句呢是使用现在简单式来说明咯。那句子开头呢，我们的尽管呢，刚刚 Tiffany 就解释到呢，我们是使用了 even though 来表示，它就翻译为尽管或者是呢虽然。那呢，你可能知道有其他可以替代的字，例如呢 although 或者是呢 despite the fact that。OK， 那所以呢 even though 跟这些字呢都可以代换，但是呢在这边呢 even though 比起前面我们讲的这两个字呢，它更加强调指这个虽然事情已经发生了，但是怎么样哦？后面引导的句子呢，通常是已经发生的事情，或是已经存在的状况。我们举个例子的 even though it rained a bit during the hike, we had a really great day。尽管呢在健走的过程中呢下了一点雨，我们还是度过了很棒的一天。注意到呢，我们这个下雨呢跟这个很棒的一天呢都是已经发生的事情。那呢注意到跟它很像的 even if 跟 even though 这两个呢千万不要混淆了，因为呢 even if 表示呢即使纵然哦，就算这样子，我们呢通常是讲就算某件事情发生了，后面呢这个主要句子仍然会成立。有引导的句子呢通常是假设性的，还没有发生的，或者是呢跟事实相反的。我们举个例子了 Even if we increase our budget and hire more workers, I still don't think we will meet the deadline. 即使呢我们增加了预算，并且呢聘请了更多员工，我还是不认为呢我们能够赶上截止期限。后面的这个 I still don't think we will meet the deadline 就是一个假设性的还没有发生的事情。
That's right. And then we could take a look at the second part of the sentence. It says, he tends to eat it instead of healthy food. Now, Ryan understands that junk food is bad for him, but he still eats it instead of healthy food. So, instead of tend to, okay, because we use tend to here, we can also use the noun form of tend. So he can say, he has a tendency to eat it instead of healthy food. Okay, so you can have a tendency to do something. Okay, or we can also use it in a verb form, so tends to. We can go back and look at the verb form. We can say, my mom tends to watch TV before going to bed because, you know, she loves her Korean drama, so she has to catch up on it before she goes to sleep.
Yes, OK. 在这边呢，我们第二段呢，倾向于什么事情？我们这边使用的片语呢是 tend to. OK， 那呢你也可以用 incline to， 后面呢都是加上原形动词了。我们呢可以举个例子哦，比方说呢，刚刚讲 My mom tends to watch TV before going to bed. 我的妈妈呢，她通常呢在这个睡前呢习惯，或者是呢她倾向于要先看过电视呢才能够去睡觉。那在这边呢，我们可以直接代换成 incline to. My mom inclines place to watch TV before going to bed 是一样的意思。那刚刚 Tiffany 另外讲到了我们这个用名词的方式，我们可以说呢 have a tendency to 或者是呢 an inclination to OK 都是一样的意思。我们呢再举个例子了 Ava has a tendency to trust people easily which has sometimes led her to her getting hurt OK 艾娃呢倾向于容易相信别人呢，所以这有的时候会让她受到伤害，所以你可以直接用动词 tend to 或者是呢用名词的方式 have a tendency to 都是一样的意思。
All right, so shall we take a look at our second sentence? I believe it's still about Ryan.
OK, 好，没有错，我们继续讲哦。为什么莱恩呢喜欢吃垃圾食物呢？这是因为呢，他将吃垃圾食物视为一种减轻压力的方式。
Okay, so in English, we can translate this
Hi everyone,
to
welcome.
This
I'm
is because he
Tiffany.
And this is
considers
Sam.
eating junk food to be a way to reduce stress. Okay, so if we take a look at this sentence, it means Ryan thinks eating junk food helps him reduce stress. It makes him feel relaxed.
OK, 接续上一句呢，我们在这边呢是在讲莱恩呢为什么喜欢吃垃圾食物的原因，所以呢我们一样使用的是现在简单式咯。那在这边呢，首先看到了将 A 视为 B 的用法咯。将 A 视为 B 呢，我们这边是用了 consider 这个动词。注意到呢，我们第一个用法呢是可以搭配 to be。OK， 比方说呢，我们 consider 或是呢你可以用 think 思考的这个字哦，比方说 consider A to be B， 我们呢就可以将这个 A 视为 B 了。OK， 那在这边呢，我们的这个 to be 呢，它可以省略，那 be 呢可以是名词或者是形容词。我们举个例子了，我们说呢 ，David considers Luigi's to be the best Italian restaurant in town。那呢，你也可以直接把 to be 省略了。David thinks Luigi's the best Italian restaurant in town。这个是第一种用法。第二种用法呢，我们就可以搭配 as 来使用了。我们可以呢，比方说 regard A as B， 或者是呢 view A as B， 将 A 视为 B 了，这个是第二种用法。一样的句子我们再来看一次了。David sees Luigi's as the best Italian restaurant in town。这个呢跟我们第一种 think consider 呢虽然是不同的用法，但是意思呢是一样的。
That's right. Okay, so let's take a look at the second part of this sentence. So we know that we can say instead of considers, we can also replace it for think or regard or view. We can also take a look at the end as a way to reduce stress. Now, here the sentence structure is a or an plus a way. So a way to do something. So you add a verb here. So running is a way to lose weight.OK,
在这边呢，我们看到句子的后半段了。后面呢，后半段我们这边呢用到 way 这个字呢，在这边呢，它就可以表示为方式或者是方法了。那它的常见用法呢有几个。首先呢，我们看到你可以说 a way， 或者是呢 the way to do something， 或者是呢 of doing something。这个意思呢就是做什么的方法。比方说呢，我们刚刚说 running is a way to lose weight， 跑步呢是一个减重的方法。那第二种呢，我们呢可以讲说这个我们是用 a way of doing something， 后面是加上 VING 的用法。我们说呢 running is a way of losing weight， 这个呢也是一样的用法咯。
Okay, so I briefly talked about way a while ago. So remember, way is just a specific order or process in which you do something. So mom has a way of cleaning the dishes. Okay, so that means that mom's way of cleaning dishes could probably be that she rinses the plates with water first, and then she washes it with soap. It's a specific way that someone does something. Not everyone does it the same way, but then maybe this person does it specifically that way. All right, so let's take a look at what way means in Chinese.
OK, 这边呢，我们刚刚 Tiffany 特别解释了 way 的另外一种用法。刚刚我们第一种讲说是 a way to do something， 或者是 a way of doing something。但是呢，我们在第二种用法呢是搭配介系词 in 了。我们说呢 in a way， 或者是呢我们可以前面呢这个 way 的前面加上形容词比方说 in a good way，in a bad way， 或者是呢 in a 什么样的 way， 就是呢以什么样的方式来做了。比方说呢，我们可以举个例子哦。Mary always completes her work in a professional and efficient way。玛丽呢，她总是呢完成她的工作，用什么样的方式完成工作呢？我们就用介系词 in， 后面呢我们是加上 in a 什么样的 way 哦。我们在前面呢就加上形容词 professional and efficient， 非常专业而且有效率的方式呢来完成她的工作。
Okay, so Ryan, for example, he thinks eating junk food is a way for him to reduce stress. But I don't really think eating junk food is a really good way to reduce stress. I think it's actually very harmful to the body.
No. It's very harmful to your body. You should do some exercise maybe, but things is it's really hard to do it. Even though we all know that doing exercise is good for our health, you can reduce stress, but still, like eating junk food is probably like
easier,
easy way.
Exactly. But you know what? The first step is always the hardest. I think if you try to do something first and you make it into a habit, maybe it'll be easier for him. So instead of reaching for the chips in the cookies, he should go run or he should do something so he can distract himself. All right, so let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with part B of our article. Okay, so part B are our single sentences. Now, it's quite similar to the first part. Let's take a look at our sentence for today.
Okay, 任何能使用网络的人都能网络霸凌 cyberbully 别人而不用透露自己是谁。
Okay, in English, we can say anyone who has access to the internet can cyberbully others without revealing who they are. Okay, I think that's really true. It's a serious problem that we are dealing with today.
Yes.
But let's first take a look at this sentence. Okay, we first use anyone who. Okay, anyone who means just any person. You can also replace it with whoever. So whoever has access to the internet. Okay, so when you use anyone, you must add who. So, for example, anyone who just means any person. Anyone who listens to Beyonce is my best friend. Or anyone who knows how to solve this puzzle is so smart.
OK， 在这句呢，我们要讲这个网络霸凌的匿名性哦，它呢是一个常态，一个事实。所以呢，我们在这个句子呢，一样呢是来使用到的是现在简单式。在句子的开头呢，我们说任何什么样的人呢，我们这边用的用法呢是用了 anyone who， 它呢就代表任何人了。那这个 anyone who 呢，你可以代换成 whoever。OK， 注意到呢 whoever 我们这边呢无论如何是 anyone who 或是 whoever 呢，我们需要搭配的是单数动词了。那其他呢表示什么样的人的用法呢？你可以呢讲说 the person who 一样呢是搭配单数动词。那如果复数的话呢，我们可以说 those who 或者是呢 people who。举个例子了，我们先看到单数的 anyone who calls our radio station today has the chance to win a special prize. OK， 今天的任何打电话进来电台的人呢都有机会获得一项特别的礼物。那我们也可以讲 whoever calls our radio station， 任何打电话进来的人，进来电台的人呢都有机会获得一项特别的礼物。那我们也可以讲 whoever calls our radio station their exam before the end of the class should sit quietly until everyone else is done. OK， 在下课前写完考卷的人呢，必须安静的坐在座位上，直到其他人写完为止哦。那 those who 呢，我们可以换成 people who finish their exam before the end of the class. OK， 是一样的意思哦，任何人做完的人。
Okay, so here we talk about another topic I think is quite important to understand, cyberbullying. Okay, what exactly does this mean? Well, let's first take a look. Cyber, C-Y-B-E-R, means that something that is used online or through the computer. So when you cyberbully someone, it means to make fun of someone online. And like I said, it's actually quite a serious problem because people can be very, very mean.
Yes.
And if they're really good, they can even find information about you and it could also affect your life, like your real life.
Yes.
So it's quite bad. So that's why a lot of times when we talk about the internet or things like that, we use the word cyber. You can also have a cyber cafe. It's a cafe on the internet where you can talk to people through the computer. You're not physically there, but it's all done online. Also, a recent topic that we've been talking about is actually Russia has been accused of something called cyber attacks during the U.S. presidential election. Yes. Now, a cyber attack is like computer attack. It's like hacking the election, but we're not sure if it's true or not.
Yeah, but they're being accused.
Yeah. Yes. We'll have to find out.
OK, cyber 呢这个字呢就是网络的意思那我们呢可以呢在后面加上很多不同的字，比方说呢 bully 是霸凌，所以 cyber bully 就是网络霸凌就是匿名去肉搜别人或者是欺敌别人，然后说一些可怕的话。那我们刚刚讲到 cyber cafe 就是网咖，那呢最近很火红的就是呢这个美国呢指控这个俄国呢有进行这个网络攻击对美国，所以呢 cyber attack 就是网络攻击的意思。
Okay, so we can say anyone who has access to the internet or whoever has access to the internet can cyberbully others without revealing who they are. Okay, why do we use who they are here? Well, the sentence structure is, or this grammar point is, we add a WH question plus a subject plus a verb. So we can say, I don't know what mom told you. She knows where her dog is hiding, or Alex wants to know how the baby got out of the crib. Now, if you want to use it this way, just remember you use a WH question plus a subject plus a verb.
OK， 在这边呢，我们这边用到 WH 疑问词但是在句子里面呢，我们这边是叫做名词子句的用法了，也就是我们使用 WH 所引导的这个疑问词来引导后面的子句。那这个子句呢，它可以置于名词的位置，比方说呢，主词、受词、主词补语、受词补语这些位置呢，都可以用名词子句来替代了。要注意到呢，这种句子呢，我们不需要倒装。注意到我们平常比方说 Who are you 或者是 What are you doing， 我们呢在问句的时候会倒装，但是呢，因为我们是名词子句放在句子里面，所以注意到我们不用倒装了。举个例子了 I want to take a vacation sometime in September, but I don't know where I will go yet. OK， 这边的 where I will go 就是名词子句了。虽然呢，我想要在9月的时候去度假，但是我不知道我会去哪里。那特别注意到了，我们有一个疑问词 how 呢，在名词子句呢，它则会被翻译为多么怎么样了。后面呢，我们会先接上形容词或者副词，我们呢再接上主词和动词，也就是呢 how 加上形容词或副词，再加上主词加动词。举个例子This restaurant is the best one in the whole city, but have you seen how expensive it is? OK, how expensive it is. 先是加上 how, 再加上形容词，再加上主词，再加上动词。这家餐厅是整个城市中最好的一家，但是你有没有看到它有多么的贵？ how 的名词子句就是这样子使用咯。
Okay, so let's go back to our sentence. We have another one that's continued on from the first sentence. What does it say?
OK， 无论呢霸凌者的英文我们说 bullies， 无论霸凌者在网络上张贴了什么，受害者应该试着做的事情是忽略它。
So in English we can say, no matter what bullies post on the internet, what victims should try to do is to ignore it. Now, no matter what here just means regardless of what happens or regardless of the consequences, you will do something else. So, for example, no matter how hard Bill tries, he can never beat the game. Or no matter where I am, my cat still tries to look for me.
OK， 在这边呢，我们首先看到无论如何的句型这次呢，我们一样要再次使用到 WH 开头的疑问词咯。我们是用呢 no matter 加上疑问词，就是包含 who, whom, what, which, where, when, how. OK， 后面呢再加上一个完整的子句了。这个呢就表示说，无论谁，或是无论什么，或是无论哪一个，无论哪里，无论何时，无论如何，等等等。
So what does the sentence suggest? It says, what victims should try to do is ignore it. So you can use all that you should do is ignore it. So no matter what bullies post on the internet, all that you should do is ignore it. So you can have all that plus somebody, and then this person needs to do something, and we can say, for example, all that Gina needs to do is to finish cleaning the house.
OK， 我们后半句呢用到了这个某人要做的事情是什么，也就是呢我们说 all that 可以省略你可以说 all somebody do is 或 was to do something. OK， 你也可以呢把 all that 换成 what. OK， what somebody do is. OK， 注意到呢我们这个 is 跟 was 后面的不定词这个 to 是可以省略的，我们可以直接接上原形动词了。比方说呢，我们举刚刚的例子all that Gina needs to do is to finish cleaning the house. All that somebody to do is to. OK， 这边的 to 可以省略掉，你可以讲说what Gina needs to do is finish cleaning the house. OK， 注意到这边 is 跟 finish 是连在一起，是因为我们省略了 to 这个不定词。
Okay, so yeah, be careful when you use the internet and be careful who you're talking to and what you post online.
Yeah.
Always remember to take care of yourself, and the most important thing is to protect your privacy because cyberbullying can be very scary.
OK， 所以呢，注意到了 cyberbullying 这件事情其实是非常的严重，我们看到很多新闻哦，所以呢，注意到你在网络上的言谈举止，不要因为别人不知道你是谁哦，就在那边乱讲话喽。
Okay, so that's all the time that we have for part B. Let's take another break and we'll continue with part C in a bit. Okay, welcome back. And today we have a paragraph to look at, and the topic is something called practice poverty.
OK， 今天呢，我们的段落翻译有主题是体验贫穷。
Let's read the article or the paragraph. It says, "It is a sad fact that many people around the world live in poverty."
OK， 世界上呢，很多人呢是生活在贫困，这是一个非常悲哀的事实。
Many more live below the low-income cutoffs, meaning they must survive on less than half the average household income for their country.
OK， 有更多人呢，他们的生活是低于最低收入标准呢，也就是 low income cutoffs。这意味着呢，他们必须用不到自己国内平均家庭收入的一半呢，来度日。
Most of us don't want to experience what this feels like.
虽然呢，我们大多人并不想体验这种感觉。
However, perhaps we should.
但是呢，或许我们应该这么做。
The idea of practicing poverty for a week could help us empathize with people living in poverty and encourage us to donate to charities for the poor.
OK， 体验贫穷一周呢，这个做法呢，能够帮助我们同理生活在贫困中的人，并且呢，鼓励我们呢捐钱给这些真正需要帮助的人咯。
All right, so the next part, we need to translate this sentence. Let's take a look.
OK， 此外，这个经验很有可能教我们停止购买我们并非真正需要的东西。
So English, we can say additionally, the experience may well teach us to stop buying things we don't really need. Now here we use additionally because it's like a transition and it means also or plus or in addition to. What's more, furthermore, when you're writing, these are actually really great transition words that helps bring sentences and paragraphs together.
OK， 我们看到呢这一题我们一开始说到此外呢，在这边我们是使用了 additionally 这个转折词了，它就是此外而且，用来呢附加说明前一句的论点。那呢刚刚 Tiffany 有讲到很多，比方说 also, besides, moreover, furthermore, in addition， 或者是呢 what's more。这些字呢，我们通常接在句首后面接完整的句子咯，就表示为此外或是而且。特别注意到这些词呢，它是属于副词，它们呢不是连接词，所以注意呢，我们不可以直接用来连接两个完整的句子咯。我们举个例子咯 I thought the movie was a little too long. Moreover, the plot didn't really make sense. OK， 我觉得这部电影长度有点太长，而且呢，故事情节不太合理。注意到呢，我们 moreover 前面呢是用分号，后面呢是用逗号，因为它不是连接词，不能够直接连接。
Next, the other part says, the experience may well teach us to stop buying things we don't really need. So may well here just means might or likely to. So the experience likely will teach us many things.
OK， 这边呢，我们这个大有可能呢，我们常见的句型呢，在这边我们是使用了 may will， 后面呢直接加上原形动词。那你当然也可以使用 might will， 或者是呢 it is likely， it is probable。 OK， 后面呢加上 that， 再加上子句，这些呢都表示大有可能哦。举个例子了 I've got a lot to do in the office right now, so it's likely that I will have to work overtime tonight. 今天呢有很多事情要做，所以我可能会加班。It's likely that 后面呢加上子句很有可能，跟我们句子里面 may well 是一样的意思咯。
So let's see what practice poverty means. The paragraph continues saying, during a practice poverty week, set yourself a tight budget for food and household items.
OK， 在体验贫穷的一周之间呢，对于你的食物和家用品哦，你要设一个非常紧缩的预算。
And then there's another sentence that we have to translate, and it says,
你必须花费尽可能少的钱在必需品上。
Right. So English, we say you have to spend as little as possible on necessities. So as little as possible, how do we use this? We use as plus an adjective or an adverb plus a noun. So he ran as fast as he could, or we walked as quietly as possible.
OK， 在这边呢，我们要尽可能的，我们用的句型是 as 加上形容词。注意到我们这边如果是用名词的话是加上形容词，如果说我们是动词的话，我们呢则是加上了副词哦 as 形容词或副词后面再加上 as possible 或者是呢 as one can， 这个句型呢就表示尽可能尽量。例如我们最常听到的 ASAP as soon as possible 尽快就是这样子的用法咯。
Okay, let's finish off the paragraph. It says, what's more, pick just 3 outfits and wear these all week.
OK， 此外呢，你只能挑3套服装穿上一整个礼拜。
You should also give up any form of entertainment or other activities that cost money, including cable TV, going to the movies, and eating out.
而且呢，要放弃任何会花钱的娱乐活动，不管是看电视还是出外吃饭都不行哦。
Instead, borrow books from your local library and cook your own meals.
而且呢，你可以呢去图书馆借书，并且呢要自己煮饭。
By making these changes, you'll learn to better appreciate everything you have when you go back to your normal life.
藉由做出这些改变，你将会回到正常生活时呢，学会更珍惜你所拥有的一切。
So that is what practice poverty is. You can try it if you like. I think I'll just cut my budget down a little bit. But I guess the point is just to appreciate the things that you have and try to spend less. All right, so let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Unit 9, Translation, September 15th. Even though Ryan understands the negative effects of junk food, he tends to eat it instead of healthy food. This is because he considers eating junk food to be a way to reduce stress. Anyone who has access to the internet can cyberbully others without revealing who they are. No matter what bullies post on the internet, what victims should try to do is to ignore it. It is a sad fact that many people around the world live in poverty. Many more live below the low-income cutoffs, meaning they must survive on less than half the average household income for their country. Most of us don't want to experience what this feels like. However, perhaps we should. The idea of practicing poverty for a week can help us empathize with people living in poverty and encourage us to donate to charities for the poor. Additionally, the experience may well teach us to stop buying things we don't really need. During a practice poverty week, set yourself a tight budget for food and household items. You have to spend as little as possible on necessities. What's more, pick just 3 outfits and wear these all week. You should also give up any form of entertainment or other activities that cost money, including cable TV, going to the movies, and eating out. Instead, borrow books from your local library and cook your own meals. By making these changes, you'll learn to better appreciate everything you have when you go back to your normal life. All right, so that's all the time that we have for today. We hope you guys enjoyed the article, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Today
Great.
we're talking about kind of a taboo subject.
Oh.
Something that people don't really like to talk about, and that is the subject of death.
When I first came to Taiwan, it was a long time ago, it was taboo to say death out loud. So people used their index finger and they would kind of curl it down, and they'd hide their finger like this, covering it with their other hand. So that not everybody saw that they were making the death sign with their little index finger. But I thought it was really interesting. It was kind of bad luck to talk about death.
Right, and I suppose it still is to a certain degree, but people are more open about this.
Yeah.
And, of course, when you die, you're left with a body, okay? And sometimes the body is, sent to the cemetery, or it's cremated or whatever. But in hospitals and in medical schools, they could use the body for medical research. And we're talking about that in today's program because we've got this movie out called The Silent Teacher, which is all about these medical school cadavers.
Yeah, that's what we call a dead body that's being used for scientific research, a cadaver. Don't ever refer to someone who's passed away and their family or friend's body as a cadaver. That is not appropriate. We call someone who's passed away, we talk about their body. Corpse is C-O-R-P-S-E. It's also kind of a word that's very science-related. Don't use corpse either. The police will often use that word to talk about a dead body, maybe that's on the street, that they're trying to, retrieve and take to the mortuary where we keep the dead bodies after people pass away. So it's an interesting subject because you have to be careful in any culture when you're talking about death or dead bodies, especially around people who knew that person because they have very tender feelings. So we're going to be talking about a new Taiwanese film called The Silent Teacher, and it's a documentary which tells us it's not fiction, it's a movie that's been made about true life or real facts. So let's get started. We'll read through today's article and then we'll be back.
A dead body that is used for medical dissection is known as the silent teacher in Taiwan. This is the topic of a moving new Taiwanese film of the same name. The tear-jerking documentary released in March 2017 provides an intimate look into what happens after someone's loved one passes away and, in death, provides instruction to medical students. The Silent Teacher follows the story of the late Xu Yu as her body is prepared for dissection at Furen Catholic University's medical school. While this frequently taboo topic could easily turn morose, director Maso Chen handles it with sensitivity, painting a tender and informative picture of Xu's journey. Xu's husband of 23 years, Lin Hui-cong, provides most of the film's narration. Ever loyal to his late wife, Lin travels to Taipei every month to talk to her body and tell her how the family is doing. He and their daughter remain greatly involved in every step of Xu's new role, starting with the embalming process. The film also touches on the traditional Taiwanese belief that a person's corpse should be kept whole. So widely followed is this custom that medical schools in Taiwan often struggle to find cadavers for anatomy classes. In fact, the nation's cadaver-to-medical student ratio is 5 times lower than that of Western countries. However, the cadavers that are available are treated with the utmost respect. One scene shows students bowing and thanking their silent teacher after their class has ended. Time and time again, the film emphasizes the fact that a cadaver is more than just a body to dissect. It provides a lesson in respecting life. Through the different relationships people have with the late Xu, the documentary explores the complex issues associated with Taiwan's silent teachers to illuminate greater themes of connection, death, and humanity.
So let's look at the title, The Silent Teacher. Teachers typically are communicating all the time with their voice, right? Their voices and stuff they write on the board. But this is a teacher who doesn't say anything. It's kind of an interesting title. Thank goodness we have good people out there who are willing to donate their bodies to science or medicine so that students can continue to learn. It's not something I want to do. I have signed up to donate my body parts if someone needs new eyes or, a lung or something.
So you're an organ donor.
Yeah, that's called organ donating. And if you're an organ donor, at least in the States, you can sign up as you get your driver's license. It's really easy. You just say yes or no. But I think that's kind of nice. to help people after you're gone. I don't want people using my body as a cadaver, though, and cutting on it and learning in medical school. That just kind of grosses me out.
It kind of freaks you out, huh?
Yeah,
I guess I don't really mind because I don't really think we feel much after we're dead. But in any case, we're talking about dead bodies.
Yeah.
So a dead body that is used for medical dissection is known as the silent teacher in Taiwan. So I suppose you've seen TV shows about this or you've discussed it amongst yourselves. Yes, a body in medical school that we dissect is known as the silent teacher. Okay, dissection or dissection, you can pronounce it either way. The verb is to dissect or to dissect. And that just means you kind of cut something up in order to study it, especially to study its inner parts. Maybe in science class back in 8th grade or something, you dissected a frog or something like that.
Yeah, my class did. We had to dissect or cut apart that little frog. That grossed me out. I knew right then I probably wasn't going to medical school. Some people really enjoyed it, though. I thought it was really awful to cut it apart. So it is called the silent teacher, the dead body that's used by medical students. And it's the topic in a moving new Taiwanese film of the same name. So we know that film is called The Silent Teacher. The film is described as being a tear-jerking documentary. If anything's tear-jerking, and notice how we write that with a hyphen between those two words, it becomes an adjective when you put those words together. It means it's really moving. It makes you cry. You can't help yourself. Tears just come. So it's an emotional movie, you might say. It might affect you differently. And again, if it's a documentary, it's not fiction. It's something that is based on real facts. So there are different film genres, as all of you guys know, but documentaries are very popular, especially by young filmmakers. That's how they get their start sometimes, as documentary makers.
Yeah, there's a film about Taiwan from the air, I think Above Taiwan or something.
I worked on that one.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah.
That's a documentary film. Unfortunately, the filmmaker was killed a couple of months ago in a helicopter crash.
Very
but
sad.
in any case, yes, that's an example of a documentary. And this documentary, The Silent Teacher, was released back in March of 2017, just a couple months ago. And it provides an intimate look into what happens after someone's loved one passes away and in death provides instruction to medical students. So this documentary film gives us an intimate look. Intimate means it's very close, it's very detailed.
Personal.
Often, there you go. If we talk about something intimate between people, that means they have a close relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean you're lovers. You could be, but you could be really close friends. You could have an intimate friendship with somebody.
Yeah, we use it just to talk about a relationship where really private, personal feelings are exchanged or information is exchanged. Not everybody has an intimate relationship with their best friend, so it depends on the person. If you're given instruction or someone provides you with some sort of instructions, they're giving you kind of the how-to. I always look at information booklets or instructional manuals as a how-to do something. So they're actually giving these orders or directions so that people know what to do. And here we're talking about teaching these young medical students. So this loved one that donated, someone's loved one passed away and then provided that body, their own body, to medical students for instruction. And they really spend a lot of time with cadavers. You know, they practice sewing on cadavers. They practice cutting. They get to know all the organs in the body. So they're really valuable. If you have a desire to help medicine, that's something you might want to think about.
Indeed, and sometimes you will see the word instruction with an S, instruction or instructions. They're both probably equally common. Now, The Silent Teacher, this movie, follows the story of the late Xu Yu. I hope I pronounced that correctly, as her body is prepared for dissection at Furen Catholic University's medical school. So Furen Catholic University is out there in Xinjiang, and they've got a medical school there, and that's what this movie is following here, the story of the body of Xu Yu. If you talk about somebody who has passed away, you could preface it by saying the late, okay? The late president, for example, or the late leader of the company, and that means the person is no longer with us. And, of course, she's being prepared for dissection at the medical school at Furen. Now, while this frequently taboo topic could easily turn morose, Director Maso Chen handles it with sensitivity, painting a tender and informative picture of Xu's journey. So this is a taboo topic. Taboo is something that you just don't talk about. It's like bad luck if you mention it. It's taboo to talk about death or, donating your organs to somebody before they're about to go for a drive in their car, for example. That would be very taboo.
Yeah, it's something that people try not to do. Maybe it's because it will bother someone, maybe embarrass them. There are a lot of topics that are taboo. I know I was told immediately when I got to Taiwan that I should never discuss politics with the taxi drivers or the cab drivers. That was kind of a taboo subject. So they get really excited about politics, I've noticed. I wanted to mention something about instruction because we do have, as Tom said, instruction and instructions. Remember that when you have a list of things that tells you what to do, those are instructions. But if you're talking about general teaching and education that happens, and that's what we're using the instruction here to talk about, do not put the S on it. So either way, though, you're okay. It's not something that's a big mistake. But just so you know what the difference is, the general idea of teaching is just instruction. Now, let's move on back to talk about Xu. She is going to be dissected at the Furen Catholic University's medical school. It's Catholic, so it's a branch of Christianity, the Catholic Church, 天主教. And while this frequently taboo topic could easily turn morose, which is morose is associated with death and depression and people who aren't happy, it's a very depressing subject.
Yeah, you could just substitute the word depressing there.
You could.
Turn depressing or kind of gross, maybe taboo.
Morose is more of a advanced vocabulary word, so you won't see it a lot, but it's a good word to learn, of course. Someone can act morose. If you have someone who's always in a bad mood, depressed, always down, and it has something to do perhaps with death, they might be morose. Now, director Maso Chen handles this whole topic very sensitively, or he handles it with sensitivity, painting a tender and informative picture of Xu's journey. So he actually talks about that cadaver as a person and what that person went through in her life while she was still alive. If something's informative, of course, it gives you a lot of information. So this is different. We usually don't talk about cadavers as live people or what they were like when they were, still alive. It's a very different way to handle this.
And it's informative. It gives us lots of information. We're hoping that our program here can be informative as well. Okay, everybody, we're going to take a little bit of a break right now and listen to our Chinese teacher, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 我们今天要介绍一部纪录片，它的片名呢叫做 The Silent Teacher， 讲的呢是大体的这样子的主题。首先来看到第一个空格。The tear-jerking documentary released in March 2017 provides an intimate look into what happens after someone's loved one blank one. And in death provides instruction to medical students. 在这里提到的这个呢，赚人热泪的纪录片上映之后呢，那么让大家可以看看，当我们挚爱的人怎么样，然后他们用死亡呢，来对这些医学生给予他们教导。当然提到的就是这些挚爱的人过世之后，用他们的身体帮助这些医学院的学生。所以搭配文意，第一题的标准答案可以选择 A 选项 passes away， 也就是有过世往生的意思。接着第二个空格在这里提到呢，他是用这个已经过世的徐玉娥，他的遗体呢准备要在医学院内解剖时所发展出来的。我们来看一下前面的句子提到呢，虽然这个对我们来讲是一个禁忌的主题， Director Maso Chen handles it with blank 2.Painting a tender and informative picture of Xu's journey. 我们在这里看到呢，导演陈志汉他用怎么样的手法来处理，把这个徐玉娥的旅程呢勾勒出来的是非常 tender 温柔，而且又 informative 富有教育意义的画面。第二题的 A 选项 digestion 消化 B. Ignorance 无知 C. Cooperation 合作 D. Sensitivity 感性，他用一种感性的手法来处理大家觉得呢是一个禁忌的主题，所以第二题的标准答案我们就选择 D. Sensitivity。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're talking about a documentary called The Silent Teacher that follows a journey of someone who has donated her body to a medical school for medical students to work on and to gain more education, information. And it's her husband who actually does the narration on the film. A lot of films, there's dialogue and acting, but some films, there's actual narration where somebody, and you can't see them, they're telling the story of the film as you watch. And it's her husband that does that.
Right, and we did not see the film, so we do not know the age of these people. I guess you'll have to watch the movie yourself if you need to know that.
Well, they were married at least 23 years there, so...
That's quite some time, but in any case, yes, Xu's husband of 23 years, a man by the name of Lin Huitong, provides most of the film's narration. Narration is when somebody talks about something. It's usually a voiceover. The verb is to narrate, and we're getting a narration, and a person who does the narration is the narrator. So, Lin Huitong is the narrator of this film. Ever loyal to his late wife, Lin travels to Taipei every month to talk to her body and tell her how the family is doing. So, they probably store the body at the medical facility there at Furen in Xinzhuang there. And I guess Mr. Lin here does not live in Taipei, so he comes to Taipei quite frequently every month to talk to her body. And he tells her how the family is doing. And I guess he still believes that she can hear him if he tells her all about the goings-on of the Lin family.
It says here, ever loyal. Ever means continuously, forever, ever. And he's loyal to his wife. So he does visit, as Tom said, and keeps telling her what's going on. He and their daughter remain greatly involved in every step of her new role, starting with the embalming process. If you remain doing something, it means you continue doing that. Maybe you don't feel well, so you're going to remain at home instead of going to work. So you're going to stay at home. So they stay greatly involved in every step of what their wife's and mom's role is, which is now to provide medical students a cadaver that they can use. When you embalm someone, it's after someone's passed away. They go to a mortuary and specialists there remove the blood and fluids, and they put something else inside the body that keeps it looking fresh. We do a lot of embalming in America because we just do more of that than cremating people, which is to burn their bodies. That's the process that they start with. If they aren't embalmed, they can't become cadavers.
And you use embalming fluid in that process. And in the next paragraph here, it says the film also touches on the traditional Taiwanese belief that a person's corpse should be kept whole. So we talked about the word corpse before. It's just the body. And if you touch on something, that means you mention it, but you don't really go into too much detail about that thing. So in this film, if it's a 2-hour documentary, maybe they talk about this for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
They mention the fact that Taiwanese people have this belief that you should keep the body whole. So therefore, this is a widely followed custom, and so widely followed is this custom that medical schools in Taiwan often struggle to find cadavers for anatomy classes. So widely followed, or we could say because this custom is so common, because it is so widely followed, therefore, medical schools have difficulty. They struggle to find cadavers for anatomy classes. We did talk about the word cadaver. That is a body that is especially used for medical research.
Yeah, so they have a difficult time doing that. They need these cadavers or dead bodies For anatomy classes, which anatomy just means the study of the body, the bones, the skin, the muscles. And in fact, the nation's cadaver to medical student ratio, that means how many cadavers they have to how many medical students. That's a ratio. You're comparing the relation between two amounts. Like you might say, we have a ratio of girls to boys in my class of 2 to 1. There are twice as many girls as boys. But
I wish that were true when I was in high school or college.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was always the opposite.
Here it's pretty bad. They have a ratio, the cadaver to medical students ratio in Taiwan is 5 times lower than that of Western countries. So they really need some good cadavers. Now, it says, however, the cadavers that are available are treated with the utmost respect. Utmost means the most extreme. So they're treated with great, great respect. One scene shows students bowing to their class and thanking their silent teacher after the class has ended. That's pretty cool.
Yes, and that's a great show of respect, giving the utmost respect. And time again, the film emphasizes the fact that a cadaver is more than just a body to dissect. It provides a lesson in respecting life. So again, the film mentions this over and over, and it mentions it very carefully and makes sure we understand they emphasize this, okay? They don't let us miss out on this. They emphasize it, okay? Make sure that you heard that. That's what to emphasize means, to put stress on something, to make sure you understand. And there's the verb to dissect. And so, yes, it's more than just a body to cut up and look at the organs. It's something that we can learn from about life and about death.
Right. So through the different relationships people have with the late Xu, the woman who donated her body, the documentary explores the complex issues associated with Taiwan's silent teachers. When you're looking at issues that are considered complex, they're not simple. They're kind of complicated. So sometimes it takes a little while to figure out what's going on if you have something that's kind of complex. Associated with just means they're thought of together. Right? So these complex issues are associated with the cadavers in Taiwan. It kind of sounds like the Jews. The Jews don't like to have, bodies that people have passed away, their bodies. They don't want them to go through any cutting or autopsies of any type. So it's interesting that the cultures have that similarity.
Right. And again, complex. There are many different ways to pronounce that word. So don't worry if you say it wrong. But in any case here, there's lots of these issues associated with these silent teachers, and we want to illuminate greater themes of connection, death, and humanity. So illuminate just means to shine light on something, to let us understand it better. And these are different themes or ideas in life about connection, family relationships, about how we handle death and what happens to the body and the soul and the spirit after death and stuff like that. And also humanity, having respect for each other and respect for the dead, etc.
Yeah, right now we're going to listen one more time to our Chinese teacher.
接着我们来看到第3个空格的句子写着 He and their daughter remain greatly blank 3 in every step of She's new role, starting with the embalming process. 在这里提到呢，他们的女儿跟她的先生呢，是仍然保持着怎么样，在她的每一个新角色的每一个阶段。从什么时候开始呢？从这个把药料涂在身体上来防腐的过程当中开始，他跟他的女儿都怎么样呢？第3题 A. Gifted 有天分的， B. Involved 参与， C. Fatal 致命的， D. Shameful可耻的。其实在整个过程当中，他跟他们2位的女儿呢，都一直参与于其中。所以第3题的标准答案，我们就选择 B 选项 involved。接着第4个空格后面的句子写着 Widely followed is this custom that medical schools in Taiwan often struggle to find cadavers for anatomy classes. 在这里呢，我们提到，因为呢，这个台湾的信仰是认为呢，人死了之后要保留全尸，而这样的习俗是这样子的 widely followed。在这里，为了要强调这个习俗是如此的被广泛的遵循，以至于呢，医学院的学生是很难找到解剖学课程的大题。在这里，为了要强调我们所说的，我们就用倒装的方式来表达，所以搭配这个句法结构，第4题可以选择 C 选项的 so， 其实也就是说 This custom is so widely followed that， 也就是有如此以至于怎么样，所以第4题的标准答案就选择 C 选项。后面的句子提到 In fact, the nation's cadaver to medical student ratio is 5 times lower than blank 5 of Western countries. 在这里要讲的呢，就是事实上在台湾这些大体跟医学生的比例呢，比起西方国家的比例要来得更低。我们要记住，它比的是相同的东西，是一个比例的数值 ratio单数，所以根据文法，我们就选择用 A 选项的 that 来代表呢这个大体跟医学生的比例。接着第6个空格 Time and time again, the film emphasizes the fact that a cadaver is blank 6.Just a body to dissect. 其实呢，一而再再而三，电影所要强调的事实就是大体怎么样一个解剖的遗体。我们都知道，他用感性的手法来说明这个大体对医学生的帮助，所以它不仅只是一个用来解剖的尸体而已。所以第6题搭配文意可以选择 B 选项的 more than， 超过比什么更多的意思。最后提到 The documentary blank 7, the complex issues associated with Taiwan's silent teachers to illuminate greater themes of connection, death, and humanity. 其实纪录片它所想要讨论的呢，就是这些沉默的老师，他跟死亡、人性还有其他重大议题之间的关系。我们讲到纪录片想要探讨这些议题，第7题我们就可以选择 D 选项 explores， 有探讨、探究的意思。OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's all for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and please join us again next time for another edition of our program. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Bye.